Hey guys, it's Hey Sophia and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today's tutorial is going to be on how to build a sponge block house. So this will be the third video in my official ugly blockling series. You can see my first two houses over there, my granite and my purple block house. I will link in the description below the link to the playlist. Shout out to Roxy Gaming Dragon and Cookie Dough 1 who requested I do a sponge block video. This was actually a really hard house to do. It probably took about 5 hours to come up with the design. Also shout out to Dumbo52 and Electrified who helped me out by giving me opinions as I was building. Greatly appreciated guys, it really helped. But let's get started. So for my sponge block today, I'm going for a suburban theme. The reason for this is it's a little too obvious to put sponge block in a underwater build. It is something that naturally comes from the ocean. So I'm trying to do the unobvious with it and make a suburban style build. Plus I'm assuming a lot of you guys are wanting to know how to actually build it on land and how to include it in a house. It is quite hard to do because it is a very distinct looking block. As you can see, it's very coarse, very spongy looking. So I'm trying to make it a little less obvious by cutting through it with different blocks, as you will see. So for my color scheme here, I'm going for a very neutral kind of tone color here. So I'm going for my two main blocks I'm going to be using is the sponge. But I'm also using the endstone brick, which is another block that I've noticed a lot of you guys requesting. So I'm using the endstone brick because it is a very neutral tone block, but it also has less texture to it, unlike the sandstone brick. Because the sandstone brick has all the little cobblestoney looking pebbles, or it's either quite smooth and just plain block. So I'm going for the endstone here because it does look like an actual house block brick. So all my walls are just 2 blocks high with the endstone brick, and then I'm doing a 1 block high trim the whole way around with the sponge. I find by doing this it cuts through it a little bit while you're still including a lot of sponge in the build. And I'm also doing quite a creative shape because if you're going to do a creative house like sponge, why not have a creative shaped house? Also for my doors and things like that, I'm going for the birchwood? Yes, the birchwood door here because it's quite, again, a nice light airy color, so it really suits the build. For my windows here, I'm kind of doing little window sills with the quartz block. I find because it's a different color than the endstone brick, it looks quite nice with the white. All my windows as well, I'm using either the light blue window panes or like my little kind of corner window area at the back there, I use the whole block. I find that the blue is a nice accenting color to it, and I'm also using it here to make little kind of accent trims, I suppose. I find by adding this little creative kind of detail to the house, it kind of cuts through not only the endstone brick but the sponge. It's kind of a little trimming thing that I've come up with, so I'm simply doing some sponge down the bottom there just to hide under the trapdoor, and then I'm doing 1 block high with the white window pane, and then I'm doing 2 blocks high with the blue. It's just a little creative way to kind of give a little bit more color to the build as well, I suppose. So I'm just doing this around all my windows and then also in my middle wall sections. So for my roof trimmings here, I'm going for quartz because it's a nice white block, very neutral tone as well. It looks really nice on the edging of my builds. I'm just taking this at the top of the sponge block here, so you've still got the sponge poking through, but it also acts like a little overhang for the roof. Overhangs are really nice on roofs, I recommend them. I'm then also using the quartz stairs here for my overhangs on my little window sections. For my roof block right now, I'm using the oak because it's a nice light airy color as well. If you don't like the oak, you could probably try and go for, I would say probably the birch. If you don't have oak near you, birch is another light airy color wood. It probably would look good as well. So for my roof, I'm simply just doing a 1-up section. So I'm only going to be going as high as the top of the window height roof. So I'm just going to be doing a very simple roof, just going up and up, going in. I'm just going to skip through the roof bit to speed this up a little bit. So as you can see, like I said, it's a very simple roof. I've just done the very simple design of going up one block, and then I've leveled it out at the top of the window roof height. I'm now going to start adding some details to the house to take away from the sponge again a little bit more so it's a little less obvious. I'm simply adding some window shutters here. So I'm using the spruce block for another type of block to add a little bit of a different color to the oak. I'm simply putting them on the top window here, opening them up, and then adding some white carpet on top so it's got like a little shutter hanging over the window. I'm then also going to take away from the building a little bit more again. So I'm just making some flower beds here. I'll also get rid of that grass, it's annoying me. And I'll just make it a little bit thicker here too in the land. So I'm simply adding some podzol for flower bed dirt to the bottom of my gardens here, also the front door. I'm then going to add some trapdoors around it and randomly put some plants in. I'm just, again, like I said, you want to feature the sponge as much as you can in the build, but you also want to take away from it a little bit to break it up. So I'm just going to be adding some plants to the front of my windows for some decoration as well. But as you can see, the sponge house is already starting to look a lot better. If you want to get a better idea of how it will look right at the end, you can just quickly skip to the end and then come back to here, and you'll see how much the flowers and all these little decorations do add. It is still looking very spongy at the moment, but it will take away from that by adding plants. So we're going to build now a little outdoor area. I'm just going to be showing this one little sitting area. I'm not going to show the whole garden because it will take a little bit too much time to be doing that. If you do want to know how to build a really good garden, I will link in the description below my 5 tips for improving your garden. I have simply applied my 5 tips to this suburban style house here. So the 5 things you want, like my video says, is height, variety of plants, a feature, you want a good fence. Oh, and I've already forgotten that's right, my outdoor seating entertainment area, which is what I'm doing now. So for my flooring here, I'm using a mix of blocks. I'm using the sandstone, also the end stone block for a little bit of a weird texture in there. Why not? It's a creative house. And I've also put the sandstone stairs upside down for another texture, so that way you get the sandstone brick look. I'm simply making I don't know what you guys call it, I call it a pergola here in Australia. So I'm just making a little pergola covered area with the quartz block that just extends out from the house. Just a very small, simple little suburban style outdoor area. I'm just going to build some very simple seating. I might make this a bit smaller, I'm thinking that's a bit too big. And I'll also build like a little barbecue area as well. So for a barbecue, very simple design. You make 1 block a stone brick, 1 block is a furnace, and I simply put on top of it a rail line and then a little switch. So it looks like a cute little grill. As you can see there, looks really cute. But I will just finish building this off and then we'll talk a bit more. So we're going to get started on the fence now. I'm going to try and keep it a very simple fence design, but I'm also going to be including sponge because why not? This is a sponge block house. Let's have a sponge block fence. It also, I suppose, makes it really easy to know that this is the sponge block house when you come to my area here. So we're going to use a mix of the end stone with sponge. You could do all different designs. You could do a streaker sponge like this. I'm going to make some very simple columns out of quartz and then do a trim up the top with the trapdoors. And I'm just going to make my columns of the quartz have one slab up on top just to give a little height so you know it's a column. But yeah, I will build a little bit of this and then once we get back, my gardens and my fencing will be done. So as you can see, I finished off my garden. It's added a lot to the build. Again, it takes away from the sponge, which is what you're trying to do. You're trying to include it, but also take away from it. For my feature in my backyard, I just included a cute little playground. But let's do some of the interiors now. So I'm not going to show all the interiors again. You can come up with what you like. I'm just showing a very basic design, what I'm doing in here. So I'm continuing the wall design throughout the house. I'm going to level out the roof with oak blocks because you could see there with the quartz that it won't connect to the oak. So I'm just going to be doing a oak roof here, just leveling it out to make it look a little bit nicer. For my flooring, you'll see that I'll go with the dark oak. I like the dark against all the light. It adds another tone to the inside of the house and something interesting. You'll see though that you could use birch if you like, but I really like the look of the dark oak. You could also use carpets, or it's completely up to you what you want to be doing inside your sponge house, or you could make it really creative. Maybe you want to be doing really colorful flooring, or you want to make it underwater themed inside your house, so you do blue carpet or lapis floors or something like that. It's up to you what you want to do. You can see here that the birch looks quite nice, but I'm going to go ahead with the dark oak because I think it's a little nice having really nice featured flooring like that. It just looks a little bit better with the dark oak, I think. But I will do my flooring here a little bit and I will do a few of my interiors as well. You can see the carpet looks really nice as well, grey. I'll probably do grey carpet in my little window area. The inside of the house here is very small. You could build a basement if you want as well. I'm just trying to show the basics here, so I won't go ahead and do a basement or anything extravagant. Also forgot to mention that if you have any suggestions for my ugly blockling series, please well you could like the video too, that would be nice. Please comment down below anything that you would like done. I've got a lot of suggestions at the moment, so I'm going to be taking a little while to get through them all, but I promise you I will. I'm writing down everyone's suggestions. I'm really grateful for everyone as well who subscribed. So thank you to everyone who has been subscribing and liking my videos and following me on Twitter. It really means a lot to me, you guys. But yeah, I will finish off my interiors here and then my house will be done. So as you can see, I have finished my interiors now. Very simple. I've just made a little dining nookie in my little corner there. Simple little seating area here, like a little lounge room. I've also gone bam in my bedroom. Pink and purple carpet. Why not? It's just a tutorial and it's fun. But yeah. So as you can see guys, there is how to build a sponge block house in Minecraft. Please like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video. For a sponge block house, I think it's actually pretty good. It's not too bad. I quite surprised myself with this video. But yeah, please like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video. Comment down below how you would use sponge block in a house. Follow me on Twitter. But yeah, and if you have any suggestions for a ugly blockling house, please comment down below as well and let me know. But like always guys, thank you. Bye.